Namaste viewers, I welcome you all back on this national webinar series Yoga Ramayana Vishwakosha History. We have with us Professor K. Subramaniam ji to speak about Sanketa Ramayana.
वंदे शंभुमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वंदे जगत्कारणं वंदे पन्नगभूषणं शशिधरं वंदे पशूनां पतिं वंदे सूर्यशशांक वह्निनयनं वंदे मुकुन्दप्रियं वंदे भक्तजन आश्रयं च वरदं वंदे भक्तजन आश्रयं च वरदं वंदे शिवं शंकरं श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपं आजानुबाहुं अरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामौ निशाचर विनाशकरं नमामि. Friends, there are three questions. What is spirituality? What is the use of spirituality? And how to develop spirituality? All the three questions are answered by Sanketa Ramayana. In Sanketa Ramayana, everything is symbolically explained. Sita is our mind. Symbolically, Sita is shown as our mind. Lakshmana is our body. Sri Ramachandra Prabhu is our intellect, our Vichakshana Jnana. Body, mind and intellect are represented by Lakshmana, Sita and Rama. This person of body, mind, intellect has left Ayodhya and is entering Aranya. We have come from the Punya Lokas to this Bhuloka. Everything is peaceful there in the other worlds like Swarga, Vaikuntha, Kailasa, Satyaloka, etc. Everything is uncertain here on the earth, therefore we require training. The training is imparted by various rishis. Now we develop that question, what is spirituality? In the Ramayana, Sita plus Rama plus Lakshmana, the person of body, mind, intellect, equipment, goes to the ashrama of Anasuya and Atri. The story of Anasuya and Atri is the story of moral uprightness, human excellence, ethical excellence and spiritual sublimity. Anasuya, if we take the story, is a noble lady, pure lady, pious lady, Mahapativrata. Narada Maharshi once went to her in the morning, carried a few pebbles with him. He requested her to boil them and give him as breakfast. Anasuya very faithfully took those pebbles, boiled them, returned them to Narada Maharshi. He enjoyed them. From there, he went to Vaikuntha, where Lakshmi, the richest lady, the representative of rich people, invited him for the lunch. She gave a sumptuous lunch in the gold bowls, gold dishes, gold spoons, gold cups, saucers, plates, etc. 64 varieties of foods. After enjoying all of them, Narada Maharshi appreciated the lunch and finally said, the food, the breakfast given by Anasuya was better. The rich people are jealous. Lakshmi Devi became jealous of Anasuya. From there, he went to Goddess Saraswati, the representative of scholars, the representative of artists, the representative of Sangeeta, Sahitya, dance, music, etc. She received Narada Maharshi in the evening, served him refreshments. He enjoyed them all, appreciated them all, and finally said, however, the breakfast given by Anasuya was better. The scholars are known for their jealousy. Artists are known for their jealousy. Envy is the last weakness of the noblest mind. And this Saraswati Devi became jealous of Anasuya. From there, Narada Maharshi went to Mount Kailas for his dinner or supper. Goddess Parvati Devi of muscle power, of supreme power, the highest power, the representative of the powerful people, served him very good dinner. After enjoying the dinner, Narada Maharshi said, the breakfast served by Anasuya was better. All the three, Lakshmi Devi, the representative of the rich, Saraswati Devi, the representative of the scholarship, Parvati Devi, the representative of the powerful people, became jealous of this humble lady Anasuya. In the night, Lakshmi, Saraswati and Parvati requested their husbands to go to the earth and test Anasuya. Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara as the guests stood in front of Anasuya's house. They said, Bhavati Bhikshandehi. Anasuya came out of her ashram, invited the Trimurtis, asked them to be seated. She was about to serve the most delicious food to the three people, Brahma of creation, Vishnu of sustenance, and Maheshwara of dissolution. The three Murtis told Anasuya, you have to serve us without clothes. Then only we will be in a position to accept your food. Anasuya closed her eyes. By her Divya Drishti, she was able to know who the three guests were. She sprinkled the holy water on them. All the three became three babies. The creator is a baby, the ordainer is a baby, the dissolver too is a baby. The great Maharshi, Anasuya's husband, arrived and he is Atri Maharshi. He asked who the children are. And Anasuya said, these are our children. One is to commence the activity. The other is to continue the activity. The third is to complete the activity. Commencement, continuation and culmination. A is to commence, U is to continue, is to complete. Om. And these Om are the three Murtis. G for generation, to generate the activity. O is to ordain the activity. D is to dissolve the activity. God, God. Om ityekaksharam brahmam. The three activities are like a sport in the house of Anasuya. Anasuya is not a lady. Anasuya is the mind of a person. Anasuya is the purity of the mind, the perfect mind, mind which is free from jealousy. There are 6 evils haunting the human mind: kama, lust; krodha, anger; lobha, miserliness, possessiveness. We have moha, infatuation, delusion; mada, pride and conceit; matsarya, jealousy. The first 5 may be conquered. The last, jealousy, is hard to overcome. The rich people are possessed of this jealousy. Scholars are full of jealousy, and the powerful people are known for their jealousy. Jealousy is the last weakness of the noblest mind. Vishwamitra had to conquer jealousy finally to become the Brahmarshi. And unless these 6 are conquered, one will not be fit enough to enter into the spiritual arena. Anasuya is the mind of purity. And purity is possible only when there is moral uprightness. Moral uprightness is possible only when we observe truth. Satya Vakya Paripalana. Always one has to be truthful. Satyam Vada. And then to be perfect, to be pure, one has to be righteous. Dharmam Chara. Satyam and Dharmam constitute the pure mind. Anasuya is known for her purity, pavitrata, and she is a pativrata. Anasuya is not a woman. Asuya means jealousy. Anasuya means jealousylessness. The mind which is free from jealousy. Jealousy and all the previous weaknesses. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya are the 6 evils. Arishadvargam. Shatrus, they are enemies, they are for our progress, and Anasuya has conquered them all. She is established in abundance of love. That is Anasuya's mind of purity. This Anasuya is not only pure but compassionate. She is kind-hearted. She is generous. She is a giver. She serves the people who need help. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara came. She was kind enough to receive them. She was compassionate enough to offer food to them. There are 2 major qualities for the perfect mind. One is purity of mind. The other is kindness of the mind. In a mind which is full of purity and usefulness, service, there will spring up the seed of spirituality, the flower of spirituality, the fruit of spirituality, and that is Atri Maharshi. 3 means 3 in Sanskrit and also in English. Na plus 3 is a person who has transcended the 3. What are those 3's? Trios. Jagrada avastha, swapna avastha, sushupti avastha, avasthatrayam. A spiritual person transcends these three avasthas: the state of wakefulness, the state of dream, and the state of sound sleep. There is a spectator of all these three states. A spiritual person reaches the position of being a spectator to all the three states. Gunatita, Tamasika Gunam, Rajasika Gunam, Sattvika Gunam. These are the three traits or the characteristics of the mind. All the three are transcended by a spiritual person. Kalatita, past, present, future are the three dimensions of time, and a spiritual person transcends all the three aspects, past, present and future. Kalatita. And we have Karmatita. There are three karmas: Prarabdha karma, Sanchita karma, Agami karma. That we are experiencing now is Prarabdha. That which was already in store is called Sanchita. That we are trying to accumulate for the future is Agami. All the three are transcended by a person of spiritual sublimity. Therefore, a person of spiritual height is the product coming out of the perfect mind. Anasuya is not a lady. Anasuya is symbolically the present perfect pure mind. And Atri Maharshi is one who has transcended the three lingas: masculine, feminine and neuter. He has transcended all the three dimensions of various things: Gunatita, Kalatita, Kriyatita, Avasthatita, and all these trios are a bondage. They shackle us, they imprison us. A spiritual person is released from all these bonds, all these shackles, in the name of avasthas, in the name of lingas, in the name of kalas, in the name of kriyas, in the name of karmas, etc., etc. And that person who has reached the height of spiritual sublimity is Atri. The Sanketa Ramayana says Sita, Rama, Lakshmana are symbolic of the person with body, mind, intellect equipment. This person enters the Bhuloka where there are the binding factors. By being perfect, by being pure, he makes himself fit. One is moral uprightness. Purity is moral uprightness. Satyam vada dharmanchara. One has to be truthful and one has to be righteous, and then only one is morally upright. Ramana Maharshi, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, they are all morally perfect, pure people. It is not enough if you are morally upright, morally perfect. We have to be useful to the fellow human beings. We have to be useful to the subhuman species. We have to be useful to everybody. We must have a generous heart, kind heart, compassionate heart. We must be the philanthropists. We must be in a position to give ourselves. We must be in a position to make an offering of everything. In short, to be useful to everybody, to be perfect, one is free from the clutches of ego. A perfect person, a pure person is free from ahankara, egoism. And a pure person without ego is capable of giving himself or herself for the welfare of society. So, Anasuya is a symbol for moral uprightness on one side, ethical excellence on the other side. Ethical excellence is humanism, service, kindness. Moral uprightness is the observance of truth and dharma. In that mind, which is of Anasuya, without jealousy, there comes the great Rishi Atri. Atri is not a person. Atri is a state of the mind, which the mind reaches. That is a spiritual height. Moral uprightness and ethical excellence are the basis of the mind to spring up as the spiritual sublimity. What is the benefit? The benefit of being spiritual is to be a spectator. Life is full of pairs of opposites. Life has a commencement. Life has a continuation. Life has a culmination. The three C's: commencement, continuation, and culmination. The three C's have the three activities: Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Om, Ma. And these three are the three: generating the work, ordaining the work, and dissolving the work. Generator, ordainer, and dissolver. The great generator or the creator is Srishtikarta Brahma. The ordainer, the governor, the person to maintain, the sustainer is Vishnu. The dissolver, the destroyer, the person to complete the journey of life is Lord Shiva. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. The Trimurtis are in the house of Anasuya and Atri as children playing. That is to say, a person of Anasuya's mind, a person of Atri's mind will be a spectator, joyful spectator, peaceful spectator of the three activities Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. We may ask, what is the use of being spiritual? We will enjoy the game of life. The whole world is a stage and all of us are actors. The entire work around us is like a cinema. We go to the theater not to suffer, not to be sorrowful, not to weep. We enjoy the film because it is fiction, because it is only a drama, because it is only a sport. Life is like a cinema. Life is like a drama. It is all for fun. It is all for sport. In the house of goddess Anasuya and divine Atri Maharshi, the Trimurtis are like sporting children. The learner is Sita plus Rama plus Lakshmana. The exemplary model, the great pair of spirituality and moral uprightness with ethical excellence are Anasuya and Atri. Their names themselves indicate the purpose for which they are born. Anasuya is jealousylessness. Atri is the person who has transcended all trios. Sita, Ram, Lakshman, that is every person has to learn. The three questions thus are answered. What is spirituality? To transcend all limitations is spirituality. To break all barriers, to be free from all bondages is spirituality. And how to be spiritual? One has to be morally upright by observing Satya and Dharma, and then one has to be ethically excellent, and that is humanism, milk of human kindness. And what is the benefit of being spiritual? We have to be a spectator. We shall thereby enjoy the sport of life, game of life. The sojourn on the earth will be a wonderful picnic. May we all, by the grace of God Almighty, learn what is spirituality and how to be spiritual and what is the use of spirituality. May we now meditate on that great state of blissful beatitude. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaneya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam.
Thank you, Professor K. Subramaniam ji, for speaking about Sanketa Ramayana. We'll meet again tomorrow. Namaste.